Adoption is the best option. It saves lives and it betters an animal's future. I know there will always be people that will still buy dogs and there will always be shelters. But in order to curb the epidemic of the overcrowding and the number of homeless animals, let's adopt. My purpose is to persuade my audience to adopt rather than to buy an animal. There are still a high number of animals that get euthanized simply because of overcrowding or they're deemed unadoptable. Pit bulls probably are up there in rank. And I actually worked for a lady who had a pit bull, sweet as can be. I feel like it's the owner, not the dog. These animals need us. The number of pets euthanized would greatly reduce if more people just adopted. There is over 3 to 6 million pets that are euthanized each year in the U.S. Adoption is the best option. When you adopt, you won't be supporting puppy mills. Like this one. I have adopted personally, and it is a rewarding experience. And I have also seen the downsides of puppy mills or people breeding irresponsibly for money. My neighbor, for instance, has a little dog about this big, and I can probably count 8 litters she's already given. I see their posts on Facebook, and I feel awful because I just feel like she's bred for money. The litters usually go pretty cheap. Currently, only about 20% of people adopt. When I adopted, it was a fairly simple process. You do have to fill out some paperwork and you get to meet the animal, so then you can find out right then if you connect with him, her, or whatnot. And they'll tell you about, if it's a puppy, obviously they don't know a ton about a puppy, but they can tell you about the mother or the father possibly, depending on the situation. And if it's an older dog, you can kind of see if you just connect and your kids connect and they're good with them, and see if it's the right dog for you. If not, they have plenty of other ones that would be the right choice. They also require a fee. I paid $200, but our dog came with, she was up to date on shots, she was looked over, and she was prepaid for neutering. Neutering alone can be in the upper $120, somewhere in there, at other local vets around here. So it's a great price, and you're helping a great cause. Now that I have given you an overview, let me tell you about an example. In 2005, a Pennsylvania man went to his local shelter to surrender his pet. I'm not sure exactly of the details, but they told him to come back in 2 weeks. I'm assuming it's because they were too crowded right then. And he took it upon himself to take the dog onto the highway. He ran it over. It just makes me tear up even thinking about it. It's sad that that's what it's come to. Pets are a lifetime commitment. If you cannot commit for the lifetime, don't get a pet. There are about 70 million homeless animals. People take animals they can't afford, they breed them for money, they don't neuter their pets, and so they have unexpected litters. As before, I see it on Facebook all the time. There are about 5 puppy sites around me within an hour, and there are also, to match that, about 5 local shelters with animals that need homes as well. Instead of supporting people who are just breeding their animals, I know there are people on there that have to rehome for legitimate reasons, but at the same time, people, if it's not a lifetime commitment, don't get the pet. There's plenty of good websites you can go to, aspca.org. Even just using Google gives you great information. You can find your local shelters that way. Also Facebook. I know a lot of them are active on social media sites trying to get the word out there to get these pets adopted. I personally use petfinder.com and Facebook, and that's how I found our puppy. We drove about an hour to meet her and go through the process and the paperwork, and she gets neutered soon. All of my animals are neutered. And Facebook's a really good resource too. It's not all just bad. Now let's talk about the suffering. Hopefully through education, people can see the need to adopt rather than to buy into the market of animals for sale. It can lead to people doing puppy mills, as I showed you the photo earlier. There are tons of them on the web. or mistreatment of the mother as she is only used to breed. I actually seen an example of a girl who was posting a litter on Facebook for free, local by me, and she said the mom was just in horrible condition, but the people wouldn't give the mom up. She was able to save the litter, and it just makes me so sad. If they just get their pets neutered, that'd have been 6 less homeless dogs. In some ways that you can help, you can donate money, supplies, your time. You can volunteer your time. There is also a website called www.volunteermatch.org, and it can help you with local shelters, or you can just call and look them up. They're always in need of people volunteering to help. You could be a temporary foster parent. You could take up collections. It's a great place for teenagers to volunteer. You can do something simple as sharing the posts that they put on Facebook, whether it be your Instagram, Twitter, your Facebook, or whatever you use. Now that I have given you some ideas on how to help, let's be part of the solution, not the problem. As I have stated before, adopting will not only help them, but it's a very rewarding experience as well. Many dogs that are at a shelter will be up to date on their shots, trained, and if not, the shelter will let you know their downfalls and their upgivings. And also your dog will be neutered unless it's a puppy, then you're prepaid. So please consider adopting or even volunteering to help these animals. And remember to spay and neuter your pets.